Well, hey there, how are you? So, I am back one more time to discuss one of the most interesting entertainers, one of the most interesting performers that I've seen in a very good long time. We have the final results on Puddles' Pity Party's run on America's Got Talent in 2017. Stick around to the end of the video to find out what I think really happened, what it means for the show, more importantly, what it means for Puddles. I want to talk a little bit about his live show performance, some of the very interesting and unusual things that took place, as well as the final outcome. Alright, let's see if we can find a spot, sit down, take a good close look at this thing, take a look at the live show and Puddles' performance, really take this thing apart. Alright, let's take a look at what we're working with here. So, as soon as Puddles made it into the live show, fans began to speculate on a couple different things. First of all, was it going to be a fair show? A lot of folks believe that Puddles' style of presentation, his music, his entire character may not be something that the producers, particularly Simon Cowell, would welcome and would frankly allow to win something like America's Got Talent. Now, I know America's Got Talent fans are going to say, hey, it's the audience, it's people at home that vote. Once they make it to the live show, it has nothing to do with the judges. But I will also tell you that I have heard from hundreds of people that believe the show is rigged in one form or another. Secondly, and equally as important to Puddles fans, is what song is he going to pick? I want to make a special mention and reference to a young man who I think is clearly the #1 superfan of Puddles' Pity Party on the planet. You need to look him up. He goes by the name Pickles on Puddles. He's got his own YouTube channel. He is a devout follower. He pays homage and tribute to his hero. And on his comment section, I did get into a little bit of a conversation regarding what kind of song choice would Puddles make for the live show. Would it be something contemporary and new? Would it be a classic rock song, a classic pop song? Well, I'm sure Puddles fans were pleased to see that he chose what some consider to be his signature song, and that is Royals by Lorde. Puddles came out on stage and began his performance. I think he paid tribute to you and me, his followers, by picking Royals as the song. The opening was really interesting. His vocals took over, and what I see when I watch the video of him performing is what I've heard about from Puddles fans all over the place who have seen him live, playing with the audience, bringing the show to everyone around him, not just a singular person standing on stage. I'm going to stop there for just a moment. What happened next during Puddles' performance is something that frankly shocked me and potentially shocked a lot of people. I've watched America's Got Talent on and off for a number of years. I haven't followed the show religiously, but I do enjoy the weird, quirky, and eclectic acts. One thing I cannot remember seeing ever is during a live show, when this is now being presented to the home audience to vote on, that a judge would hit the buzzer. Nonetheless, just shy of 2 minutes into the song, this happened. Simon Cowell hit the buzzer on Puddles' Pity Party during his live show performance. Now, to his credit, Puddles did not miss a beat. Maybe there was half of an eyebrow raised, voice never wavered, his presentation never stopped. Why is that? Think about this. Mike Geyer is a seasoned professional performer. I know America's Got Talent is geared towards finding obscure acts, people that have never claimed a modicum of fame, but Mike Geyer's 52 years old. By all accounts, he's been out there on stage, singing, acting, performing, producing, probably for something like 30 years. As much star power as someone like Simon Cowell might have, a buzzer from him is not something that's going to throw this performer off his game in the middle of a live show. Puddles continued, Puddles pushed through, and he finished the song. One more time, he made his signature move and brought the audience in to sing the last lyric as he closed. That's showmanship. What took place right after the song finished, I'm not 100% sure about. As soon as the song ended, Puddles turned around, went back, grabbed his suitcase and his lantern, and walked straight off stage. Now, the host came and got him, pulled him back on, no, don't go, and brought him up to speak to the judges. I had to watch the judges panel on this several times before I finally figured out exactly what was going on. Of course, Simon Cowell made a almost predictable defense of his hitting the buzzer on Puddles. I wasn't into it, I couldn't get into your world. He showed a remarkable level of strength, given how he has a reputation for tearing singers and performers down when he doesn't like them. Something seemed a little bit off about his criticism and the reason why he pushed the buzzer. In other words, I didn't think the argument was particularly strong, given this is Simon Cowell. Of course, Tyra Banks moves it over to Howie Mandel. Howie, do you agree? Of course not. Howie, of course, understands and gets what Puddles is doing and showers him with praise. Similarly from Mel B, who continues to show that she believes in him, she gets it, and she likes what he does. Heidi, what can I tell you? At least this time she made a passing attempt at something complimentary, saying that, I don't want to see sadness, I want to see a happy clown. Okay, whatever. The key moment is right here. As Heidi is addressing Puddles directly, Simon Cowell leans back in his chair behind Heidi and motions to Howie. Now, all the focus and the camera is on Heidi as she's making her statement about, I don't want to see sad clowns or sad stuff all over them. But what I think a lot of people missed is that Simon was specifically cueing Howie Mandel to amp it up and ramp it up. Howie, of course, takes the cue from his executive producer, stands up, shouts, I don't agree with him, don't listen to him, you're awesome, this is ridiculous, and turns the whole panel into a frenzy. Simon Cowell may or may not be the big jerk that everybody assumes him to be. But one thing he is not is an idiot. He knows how to move an audience around. He knows how to generate ratings and generate buzz. Here's what I think happened. I think that Simon was watching Puddles' performance and made a decision in his head that the audience, the viewers, whoever, his ratings cash cows, may not respond to what he's seeing in front of him right now. It was a good performance. It's a signature song. I feel like Simon made a decision in that moment that Puddles was not going to get the pop and response that he deserved for this particular song. I believe Simon took it upon himself to put on the role of the villain, cause this stir, hit that button, cause a controversy, specifically to get the audience behind the clown, to generate sympathy, to generate empathy, to get fans focused away from what Simon felt may have been a mediocre performance, put the spotlight back on himself, and then make sure that Howie and Mel are queued up to give a rousing defense of this amazing singer in front of his fans. I think that Simon hit that buzzer and caused that stir so that he could set up everybody booing him and cheering for Puddles. Right or wrong, good or bad, that's how I see it. Move on to Wednesday night, and you've got the live results show. Puddles was lined up with the fake Donald Trump singer and a comedian, Preacher Lawson. When the votes were delivered, the comedian Preacher Lawson was the one that they said America voted for and who they put through. It was at that point, unfortunately, that Puddles' run on America's Got Talent ended, with Preacher Lawson moving on. I want to pivot for just a second and mention a friend of mine, another channel, The Average Dan. Dan did a video just after the first judge cuts looking closer at Preacher Lawson. That video's down in the description. I really recommend you check it out if you're a Preacher Lawson fan. Dan did a great job breaking down his performance, his chances at winning, and overall Dan's got a great channel. I invite you to check him out and subscribe. Tell him I sent you. But back to Puddles. No, Puddles will not be moving on in America's Got Talent. Love it, hate it, whatever the motivations were for the decision. Someone else will go on and win this reality show. A lot of people will be happy, a lot of people will be disappointed. What I've said to many folks in conversations I've had about it over the past few weeks is this. I don't think that the loss on this one particular reality TV show is something that hinders or derails Puddles' Pity Party and Mike Geyer in any way. Simple fact of the matter is, Mike Geyer, Puddles' Pity Party, they are an absolute legend in Atlanta, Georgia. Their fans are legion. They are passionate, and they are not afraid to speak up. They've also been particularly kind to me and my channel. I thank you all for the support that you've shown me as I now have walked through my 3-video trilogy examining Puddles' Pity Party. Fact is that long after America's Got Talent ends, Puddles' Pity Party will continue to draw in fans. He will continue to wow live audiences everywhere he goes. And frankly, I believe that America's Got Talent has given him a national platform and exposure to a much wider audience than he may have ever been able to accomplish on his own. Maybe that's the whole reason he was on the show in the first place. Maybe it was not so much to win this thing, but to elevate his profile, put him on a national stage, and give him the kind of exposure that he deserves. What do I think's going to happen? Personally, I think that there is a cherry spot just waiting for him on the Las Vegas Strip if he wants it. Whether or not that's what he wants, who knows? Puddles doesn't say much. Of course, as always, I welcome your thoughts and comments. I welcome your questions. I'd love to hear what you think. Put in the comments below if you think I'm spot on with my theories about what Simon did and why he did it. If you're new to the channel, I certainly hope that you enjoyed what you watched today. I invite you to take a look around this channel and see if there's other content that you might enjoy. And I would certainly invite you to subscribe and come along for more conversations. I'm going to get on to finding the next interesting topic to have a conversation with you about. For now, I want to thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the road.